accomplishment. And every time, I mean, me and my coworkers, that's what we had to face. It was really there. It's always there. Our bosses laugh at us when we have a complaint or issue. Oh, you could work by that steam. You could work in 120 degrees. This is a sauna, they'll tell you. Just imagine it's a sauna when you're working in the kitchen, 120 degrees. When I go in that cold freezer, man, just think you're taking a trip to Alaska. That's what they tell you, and they laugh. And it's just really, really bad, and I would love if you all support and understand that it's serious issues out here, and people aren't done right. It might be a good show, but the trick isn't over. Thank you.
Okay, so as you all know, we have States and in the office, and we're going in the office in the in the house. And we're gonna have him say a few words if he would like to.
Woo! Senator Foot.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Everybody. I'm not going to say anything about the testimony that's been given because I think it stands on its own. The abuses that Sodexo has committed against these workers and the other workers they employ is appalling. I mean, let's be for real. Sodexo is a thug corporation.
That's right. Woo! Okay.
I have a reputation for being very direct. And I'm not going to be anything less than that tonight. Because what they are doing to these people is unconscionable. But I'm not going to talk about that because it's well documented. I'm sure there's a lot of research that you're going to get. I'm going to talk about, what needs to be done. Because these workers have come to us, and they have done one thing. They've overcome fear.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in the first step to changing things, going up against a thug corporation like Sodexo, you have to ask yourself a question. Are we going to be afraid? Or are we going to overcome that fear and do what is necessary? These workers have already made that decision. And in that sense, they're free. You understand what I'm saying? They're already free.
Woo.
The question is, what will we do? What will we do? We need to ask ourselves as students and as administrators, as professors, and as citizens of the community. And I met with the Georgia Tech president a few months ago. Frenchie Barnes was there. We met with the Georgia Tech president, and we asked him this question. We said, how can you, as a president, believe that this is a great college when you have people on your very own campus being crushed down by a company like Sodexo? And we have to ask ourselves that question. You have to ask yourself, can Emory University be truly a great university of the country and of the world and have this kind of stuff going on their campus? You have to answer that question. And I think you would answer no. These people, the brother from Georgia Tech and the sister from Georgia State, and this sister from the Dominican Republic in Ohio State, they want for their children what Sodexo's owners want for their children. They want a lifestyle that will be able to afford their children a college education, good health care, a nice place to live. And that's what Sodexo is robbing these people of. Can Emory University or Georgia Tech or Kennesaw or Georgia State truly be a great place of learning and have this going on their campus? I don't think so. And the question we have to ask ourselves, what are we going to do about it? Let me tell you this, it ain't enough, although we appreciate you being here, but it ain't enough just to come out I mean, it's important to learn what's going on, to hear what the sister from the Dominican Republic has to say. But the question we have to ask ourselves, what are we willing to do? What are we willing to sacrifice? You know, that's the question. The question is not what will happen to me. But the question is, what will happen if I don't stand up for what I know is right? That's the question, the central question. And I'm glad you challenged your president. We challenged him before on what's going on at Grady Hospital, how Emory's engaged in denying poor people health care at Grady. This struggle is as important because, and I understand there's a deadline coming up on April 20th.
Yeah.
There's a deadline coming up that we'll talk about a little bit later. But yeah, I'm glad y'all got a deadline going because y'all can change this. You know why I know that? Because it's happened before.
Yeah.
How do you think South Africa became free? The armed struggle in South Africa, and people like you and me and college students all over the world calling for companies like Coca-Cola to divest themselves of ownership interests in South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
I know this to be the case. The divestment movement in South Africa changed that country, killed apartheid, and made it a free country. Now that's overseas, that's far away. The question is, can we do the same thing for people who live across town from us, who we see every day, this close? That's what the question is. So I put that out there as a challenge. I want to just thank these people again for coming out and having the courage to teach and educate us. But the struggle, the real struggle, happens when we leave out that door and make some decisions of what we're going to do. So I appreciate you having me. I'm going to hang around for a little while longer and hear some of the discussion, but I'm always available to be with you and support you in any way I can. Thank you. That's all.